Alright, welcome to the very first episode of Kiwi Dividend. We'll keep today short and sweet. Just want to go over a couple of things. Predominantly, just want to provide you guys with a bit of information about what the channel is going to be about, and as well as that, provide you guys with a really rough and quick overview of the portfolio as it stands today. So the two reasons why I've started this channel, first of which is it's just here to act as a digital record of the portfolio's progress month over month on this journey where we're trying to eventually get to a point where we can live off the dividends generated through the portfolio. Secondly, this channel has been created to provide a bit of insight to the viewers on both the wins and losses we have across this journey. Just trying to create a bit of a learning resource for everyone to learn from so they can apply those learnings to their own personal portfolio, and then as a collective us all become better investors on the whole. So I've been investing for about 5 years now. I'm nowhere near an expert, still learning a lot. Of those 5 years I've probably only been taking it seriously for 3 years. I remember the first 2 years I went out on a whim with my investing in terms of investing in companies which, say, I'd heard good things on the grapevine about. I didn't really conduct any financial analysis or anything of that nature. But since then, I started to perfect my methodology in terms of directing myself to become more of a dividend investor than a growth investor. So I have around $63,000 New Zealand invested in the red at the moment, as you can see here, with a simple return. A lot of people are at the moment. It's just the market going through its cycle. So do not be disheartened if this is you. If anything, you should look at this and say, hey, at this point in time, everything's on a sale. It's time to go buy as much as we can. So I have a total of 55 stocks in my portfolio. That is something I am looking to cut down on, as it is hard to keep on top of those 55 different stocks in terms of the information needed to actually make educated decisions on whether to buy more or hold. Across the board, I'm invested in 3 different countries. So 58% of the value you see here is spread across US based companies, 39 is in New Zealand based companies, and then 3% is in Australian. In terms of sectors, my portfolio is made up. In terms of sectors, my portfolio is split across 3 main ones. We've got banking and finance here at 26.56%, real estate, which is 14.64%, and then manufacturing, which is 10.2%, as well as a fair amount of holding in index areas, which is made up mostly of the S&P 500. So 87% of the stocks I hold cash flow, which means 87% of these stocks pay me a dividend each year. I throw around $300 a week into the portfolio, but this is going to decrease significantly as over the next few months I'll be heading overseas to go on a bit of OE. So this sheet that you see here, I built it predominantly to help me track my portfolio's progress a lot more closely, as I feel as if the tools offered by Sharesies are a bit clunky. I will go into detail on this sheet in a further video and provide you guys with a download link if it is something you would like to use, which I seriously encourage, especially if you are a Sharesies user. Just quickly, this sheet allows you to obviously see your portfolio value, the sectors you're broken up into, your true realized gains and losses, which is slightly different from what Sharesies provides, unless you change a couple of settings within their app. Your overall dividend yield, and things such as your portfolio weighting, which companies have the most value. As I'm a very keen dividend investor, I've got specific tools to help you track your dividend income, as well as specific systems to allow you to money you would need to gear against the stock market. In this sheet, there's also a option to estimate or forecast dividend income based off certain parameters, such as how much you are starting with, your weekly contributions, and then what you expect the dividend amount to increase by, or share price to increase by as well. So touching back to my portfolio as a whole. So coming back to my portfolio, we can see, as I said before, I've got 55 different companies we invest in. I try to pick companies based off payout ratios, which allow for a significant amount of reinvestment for growth. But obviously, this will exclude companies such as REITs and BDCs, who by law have to pay 80% to 90% back to their shareholders. Try to look for market caps of $1 billion or more where I can. Try to look for zero debt on operating cash flow, assets which are greater than 5%, and then stock prices which are higher than what they were 5 years ago when adjusted for dividends. Because a big reason behind that is that, say if we've got a stock that in year one or is valued at $5 a share, drops down to $1 per share, I still want to know that during that time frame would have still made a gain with the dividends that stock would have paid out regardless of the share price falling. So at the end of the day, if you're in the negative there, regardless of your dividend getting paid out, it's a loss we do not want. I'll go into this in a further detail about how I pick my stocks. Some watchers or viewers may find this interesting. Thanks for watching. I know it wasn't much or not too informative. It's more just an introductory video of what we're going to do, what we're going to provide. You can expect to see a monthly, quarterly video come out each month, obviously, which will just provide you with an update on the dividends I've received for that month, any global economic updates that's happened during that month, and then my predictions and thoughts for the coming months and coming. Feel free to subscribe and like if it's something that you'd like to be a part of and pay close attention to as we get on this journey to eventually live off our dividend income. Thanks for watching. Cheers.